Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We made it, y'all. We made it through the weekend, which means we got another opportunity to do it again, to try again, to make mistakes, to learn from them, to grow from them, to get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable so that we can grow into the person we're meant to be. So, welcome to Strength and Use Straight Talk, where we just talk about any and everything. There is no diss on ability, it's just ability, and it's just growth, it's just motivation, inspiration. It's a word, it's the truth. It is straight talk. No filters, no edits, no cuts, just raw, genuine joy strength. So I'm here to talk about how laughing through pain, it isn't fake. And oftentimes we think that. But before we get into that, I got a couple things that I want to introduce you to that we need to just talk about so I don't forget. And one of them is boom, track. Track is well, it didn't pop up on my screen. There we go. I want to talk about track, be faster, and 988. These are three of the most important things that's going on in the world right now because we are fading, we are losing to illnesses, we are losing to pain, we are losing to fear, we are losing to doubt, we're losing to a lot of things. So I wanted to talk about some things. Track being one of them. TRACK is an acronym. This is for those of us who deal with diabetes or sugar intake or what have you, medications, ailments, situations. They don't stop because they just don't stop. Life is life and it will always be life. But when life show up, you got to show up and meet it where you are and do the necessary things so you can grow. But as I said, track. So track is T is for taking your meds. This is one thing that I did not do as a stroke survivor. Well, not as one, but that's kind of what led up to my stroke. I wasn't taking my meds. The doctors didn't know what I was supposed to take. They kept switching it. And I didn't understand that medicine is trial and error. We have to figure out what works for our bodies. So that's how I found out the hard way of what works for my body. I was not taking my medicine. So again, the T in track means take your meds. The R, okay? The R means regular exercise. Regular exercise is extremely important. 20 minutes a day can keep a heart attack away. So add that to your regimen on a regular, at least 3 times a week. I'm not going to stress you about it. I'm just trying to encourage you to do better for yourself because you all you got. Okay. And then the A is add more healthy foods to your diet. We oftentimes get complacent because we've been working all day, we're tired, don't want to do this and we don't want to do that, and it's always a reason why it's too expensive to eat healthy. And I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna grab some on my way to work, I'm gonna grab some on my way home. But no, be intentional with yourself. Add more healthy foods to your diets. Then the C in track is for you to check your ABCs. What is your ABC? Your ABC is your A1C level, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. Keep those things in control, intact, and you'll know what's going on with yourself. And then the K in track is to kick the smoking habit. We all have things that we like doing and that it just becomes habit. We get used to this. And that's okay, no judgment. But if you want to live longer and you want to reduce the risk of certain things, cut the smoking habit. So again, take your meds, regularly exercise, add more healthy foods to your diet, check your ABCs, your A1C, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol, and kick the smoking habit. Now, let's go into the next acronym because, again, these are things that can save a life. If I would have known what I know now, then I probably would have moved a little different, but nobody said what they didn't say. And I was a young dummy, didn't listen, and whatever. So, be faster. It is the same as fast for stroke, but they just added the B because it's a lot going on. So the B is balance. You'll notice sometimes person can't keep their balance, they falling over, or it just changes drastically. So just pay attention to your people because I know we've heard many stories where even children have saved teachers who've had strokes because they knew this acronym. So balance, eyes, face, arm, speech. It's time for the emergency room. That's what Be Faster is all about stroke prevention. Because the faster that you get someone to the hospital, the greater their chances of not having so many deficits. So, again, balance, eyes, face, speech, time for the emergency room. Do not wait, okay? The longer you wait, the more those cells die, and the worse it can be. People even die from this, okay? So it's extremely important. And then 988 or 988lifeline.org. You can even text 988 if you're going through something mentally and you don't have a counselor and you feeling like you just want to give up on life. You want to, what they call it now? Unalive yourself. We don't want you to unalive yourself. We want you to call 988 because you are important. And I'm here to remind you that you're here on purpose with purpose. So you ending your life is not an option. You're here for a reason. So don't give up. Remember that the struggles build your strength. That's what it's all about. So I had to make sure I talked about those acronyms because these are things that's important to not only myself, but to your well being. I want you here longer. Also, another thing I want to talk about is SM, SAM. Yeah, it's Shisham. No, but it's SAMHAS. It's a drug and alcohol hotline. I got the number running across the screen because, again, there's no judgment here. We're all dealing with something, and nobody is obsolete from struggle. So there's the number for you right there, guys. 1-800-622-4357. If you have been battling, don't do life alone, okay? You don't have to do this thing by yourself. It's not meant to do it by yourself. So stop feeling like you have to do it by yourself. So I'm running down my things that I don't forget because stroke brain, you know how I go. But this is the thing. It's the journey you want to learn from. You have to keep going forward. It's not meant to stop you from your success. It's meant to grow you into the person you're meant to be so that you can be more successful. So again, don't quit on yourself. Oh, hey, Tamika Boo. I see you, girl. Thank you, honey. You love my positivity. I look. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I'm trying to be a light in a dark world. That's one thing that I promised myself I was gonna do if God allowed me to survive from my stroke. And he kept me here on purpose with purpose because everybody need a little joy in their life, right? And that's truly who I am, Cynthia Joy, aka Strength. Same people, but no, we're all dealing with something. So it's important to know that if you're here with intention. So move with intent. Be fearless because everybody gonna have an opinion just like they have a butthole. So everybody got something to say, but it's how you feel about what you're doing. It's how you feel about where you're going. It's all about that. But again, so here we are to talk about the topic of the day, which is laughing through pain. Okay, I'm good at this. It isn't fake. It's survival, and it is because sometimes the pain is just too much to be able to take. And I'm a person who lives in daily pain, but yet I push, I adapt, and I rise. Literally, again, every single day. And so I'm like, I need to be the poster child to remind people that somebody told me that I was being super fake because I'm always laughing, but it's like, dude, I choose smiles. I choose happiness because the pain that my body feels on a daily basis, it will make me depressed. It will make me sad. It will make me want to give up on life. Again, trying to unalive myself. But that's not an option. So it's like, well, do I want to focus on the pain or do I want to focus on the joys in life? And so I'm trying to tell you, you're not being fake if you're laughing through the things that you're going through. You're surviving the best way you know how, and that is absolutely okay. There is not a single solitary way that people are meant to heal or people are meant to go through what they're going through. They're just meant to go through the way they need to go through it because their bodies react the way it reacts. Everybody's nervous system is a little bit different. So you shouldn't expect you out of people, or you shouldn't expect people out of you, or whatever. But no, seriously, it's so important to understand that it's truly not fake. It's a survival skill. For example, I've been losing people in my life. Since I was 6 years old, I've been going to funerals almost every year, sometimes a few times a year. And after those funerals, you go to repasses, and most of the time, people are sitting there and they're sad, and they're thinking about the person, and they just focus on the fact that the person is dead. Whereas I'm different. I focus on the fact that that person is no longer in pain. And then I focus on the memories that we got together or that we built together. And this is why it's so important that you be intentional in the lives of people that matter to you. Because if they matter, at some point we all got to go. So it's important to hold on to those memories that will not be taken away from you because they left. So know that laughter heals. It heals you from the pain. It heals you from the distress. It heals you from solitude. It heals you from isolation. It heals you, period. Because laughter, it's endorphins that comes out in the brain, and it sends signals through the body, and it relaxes you. So know that, again, like I say, oh goodness, daily pain, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, whatever it is real. And it's important to find out, how do you get through those things? Well, you get through those things by first and foremost accepting those things and find the reason to smile about those things. Because the pain of not being who I once was because of stroke had me sad. That's a pain. That's a mental and emotional pain. But then I accepted the stroke and start looking at the benefits that came from it. I've helped more people since I've had a stroke than I have in my whole entire being. And had it not been for that pain and me accepting it, I wouldn't have been able to find the humor, which is how I became a comedian. Because, honey, listen, that stroke made me like to have strokes, and the stroke with the hook, long, all the strokes. So it gave me more material to laugh at because I've always laughed at myself. So I'm encouraging you to laugh through your pain and know that it is not a fake thing. It is the way we survive sometimes, because that's the only way we know how to get through. To find that strength in you is using laughter. Laughter is a super powerful tool that most of the time we forget about because we'll rather focus on the sadness, focus on the pain, focus on the depression, focus on the things that we actually cannot control. But if you start focusing on the things you can actually do something about, which is laugh, that don't cost you no money. So if you focus on that and keep doing that, you'll start to feel different inside and out. You'll radiate that to people, all because you made a choice. I choose me. I choose happy. I choose peace. No, I'm not being fake because I choose to smile. No, I'm not being fake because I choose to go ha ha ha. It's not fake. It's human. Which side of the fence would you want to be on? Would you want to be on the side of the fence where you in all this pain and all you focused on the pain, so now you pissed off at life? And then you find yourself giving that energy off to people. And it's not a happy energy. So then people find themselves not even wanting to be around you because all you got is something negative to say. But if you flip the script and you focus on the good, the light, the laughter, you won't just survive anymore. You'll actually start living. Because there's a difference in being in some survival mode. That's fight or flight. That's not the same as living. And you learn how to live when you accept. So you see how they all kind of work together. You accept, your positivity grows, your laughter manifests. Then you got an energy that's undying, that can't be stopped, that can't be shielded, that can't be taken away because of what you did for you. And it all started with that first thing, acceptance. Once you accept what you can't do nothing about, there's power. There is power in finally accepting what it is you can't do nothing about. And then you can find your positivity because you accept it. Now you're not mad. Now you here's the positivity. It's growing. It's growing. And then you found a reason to smile because you recognize you got life. And you could have been gone, but you're here on purpose with purpose. And then besides just smiling, you find a reason to laugh. And in that fact, in that little area right there, is still your survival because you're learning these things. But then once you get there, that's when you start living. See, you survived all those things and you made it to the other side because you're meant to live on purpose, with purpose, stepping into who you're meant to be. And your ability doesn't change that, no matter what it looks like. Always know that. Because when you were born, the doctor didn't announce your ability, he just announced your gender. So that means the fact that you had breath was the proof right there that you had ability. You're very capable, you're strong, you are necessary. That is enough. It ain't got to be enough for nobody else but you. Because when it's enough for you, you'll fight for you. You'll fight for your happiness. You'll actually just choose it. Won't nothing be able to come into your life and steal from you your happiness. And again, you won't find yourself no longer just laughing through the pain because that's survival. You'll accept the pain and laugh about the pain and live through the pain to show somebody else what they can actually do. See, we really don't know who's watching us on the other side, learning from us, being inspired by us, being motivated, being encouraged, being whatever. You can even be the one to make somebody want to give up. So make sure the energy that you exude into the world is a necessary energy that's going to elevate somebody, including yourself. Because again, that's what it's all about. But it really is, y'all. It's truly the cycle of life, a cycle of acceptance. Because you start, you go, you go, you go. And once you reach that other side, that's when life becomes abundant and you smile about things that you never thought. See how I'm just smiling to be smiling? Because I enjoy life, truly. And so I encourage you to find reasons to laugh, especially if you're going through something really traumatic right now. If you don't laugh, you'll find yourself with that mad dog face. And we already getting older, your face gonna fall anyway. So it ain't no point in making it fall faster. So you better find a reason to pick that thing up. Because truly, there's always a reason to smile. And know that if you're going through something, that's when you have to find even more reasons to smile. God give us reasons every day. You woke up, you got breath, that's one reason. The sun is shining, it's another reason. There's good air, what kind of is decent. But my point is, when you're going through something traumatic, it's important to find your laughter. Because all those things do is put this weight on your chest to remind you of everything that's going on that's negative in your life. But the things that you're going through is not the definition of you. It's just a part of your story that builds your strength from your struggle And it's all life. And when life is life, and sometimes life is a hard life, because adulting, y'all, listen, adulting is real in these streets. And it's hard. And sometimes as adults, we're afraid to say because the judgment that comes with people knowing that you're overwhelmed, that it's hard, that you're struggling, that life is just being life. We get embarrassed. But I'll be the first one like, I'm struggling. Because I know I'm a person. I'm a person more than anything. That's why when I was doing Speakers Academy on Saturday and they asked what I wanted to be known for, one of my words was genuine. Because I genuinely want you to feel me and know me when you hear me speak. I don't want you to see me as a robot or she rehearsed this speech out. For why? Literally, for why? I want you to understand that everything that I talk about is from a space that I've already lived. This didn't come from a book that taught me the theory. This didn't come from a training that taught me the policies. This is real life that I've experienced. And once I realized I laughed through pain, when my mom died, I laughed. Not at the funeral or nothing like that, but like at the repast, like I talked about at first. Because again, that's what people usually sit and focus and sob even more. And I've never been that person. The memories is what I hold on to. So when you're going through stressful things and you don't know what to do, laugh. Send some different endorphins through your body. That's how you survive. And sometimes it's about taking one little step at a time. It's not meant to make you just stop thinking about everything, just quit. It's the little steps that make monumental gains because you refuse to stop. And every time you put one foot in front of the other, that's growth. You're that much closer to where you're meant to be in your spirit, in your mental, in your health, in every way possible because you took one step and put it in front of the other. That's what it is. So even if you can't think of reasons to laugh through your pain right now, it's all okay. They got comedies for that reason. Watch your comedy. Watch your stand up. Be intentional with what you put into your brain. The eyes is the window. And if all you watching is things that's going to remind you of the pain you in, you're going to stay in that pain. And that's going to keep you in fight or flight, that survival mode. We don't want that for you. We want you to live on purpose with purpose. So be intentional with what you're putting into you. You want to laugh more? Be intentional. Watch things that lift your spirit. Don't watch things that remind you of where you are or where you're trying to be that you can't get to. Remind yourself of where you started and where you're going. But it takes those little steps that make monumental gains. Nobody said it's going to happen overnight. They said it takes 30 days of repetition before something becomes routine. So if you're not laughing every single day, you need to change your habits and be intentional with what you're putting into you. So you can laugh on a regular basis. Because your face already falling. Gravity is taking us and we're getting older and our skin is doing what it does. That's just life. So you have to find a reason to keep it up. Don't help it help you fade faster. Fight it. Fight for you. Fight because you deserve it. You don't deserve to keep surviving. You deserve to thrive. You deserve to live on purpose with purpose and with value and intention and appreciation and love and acceptance and being seen and all the things. What you going through don't stop. None of that. It's you versus you at the end of the day. So again, I can't stress it enough. Be intentional with yourself. Be intentional with your friendships. Be intentional with any relationship, honestly. Because anybody who you allow into your spirit, their energy affects you. So if it's not beneficial both ways, let it go. If it's draining you, let it go. If it's not growing you up, let it go. That's the hard part because we're human and we're going to fall short, like I said. But that's where you don't be hard on yourself. You acknowledge that you're human. You acknowledge that you're going to fall short, but that's how success is built. You got to fall over and over again until you get it right. And just like laughter, you got to smile over and over again until you get it right because it takes practice. And anything that you practice on purpose and you keep practicing repetitious, it'll become second nature. The body can't do nothing but adapt. And if you got a different ability like I do, oh, honey, all you do is adapt. You wake up and adapt every single day, all day, throughout the day. So to adapt to this is nothing. Life requires constant adaptation because what they tell us, the only thing constant in the world is change. That's in every situation. Every situation. So I'm going to go back over my acronyms because I don't want you to forget. But like I said, I'm also here to remind you it's okay to laugh through your pain. It is not fake. It is survival, but stop surviving. It's time to live on purpose with purpose because fight lives in the heart of a survivor. And anything that you've got through means you survived it. Now you're meant to strength. Okay? Your fight is in you. You versus you. Don't stop fighting for you. Now here we is again. Or here we are again. Talking about these things one more time before we go, because our time is almost up. Remember, track, take your medicine, regularly exercise, add more healthy foods to your diet, check your ABCs, your A1C, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. K, kick that smoking habit, okay? That's for anybody dealing with sugar issues. This is an educational, informative, and all around podcast. You're going to get it all with me. But, okay, be faster. Balance, eyes, face, arms, speech, time for the emergency room, okay? Stroke happens, if I'm not mistaken, every 8 seconds, somebody have a stroke. So to know these acronyms, guys, can be life-changing. And again, don't unalive yourself because you're going through a lot of pain. That's that 988 we talked about, guys. Okay, that's the lifeline. Don't unalive yourself because you're going through something. Your struggles is building your strength. Trust the process. Have faith that what's for you, you can survive. You ain't gonna come to nothing that you can't get through with the right mindset. So I love you. Stay encouraged. Stay up. Never give in to giving up on yourself. And until next week's honey buns, mwah, thank you for tuning in to Straight Talk. I'll see you next week. Wait. To my stage. Hey. This is why I don't do takes and edits because I want people to see mistakes are real and they are what they are. But my outro didn't do what it needed to do. But next week gonna get better because everything gets greater later. Remember, never give in to giving up on yourself. When you're down, there's nowhere else to go but up. Struggles don't last always. Struggles build strength, and pain builds purpose. So keep going. And remember, your ability does not change what you're capable of. It's the mindset. You versus you. Until next week, honeys. Bye, sugar boos. We hit you with that strength in you. We hit you with that strength in you. You get your motivation, you get your inspiration, you get the fuel to feed, hey, every nation. You came through, we strengthen you. You came through, we strengthen you. You got the fuel to do what you do, hey, do it true. We strengthen you.